Welcome to Law Talk. I'm Matt Hamilton. Today we're discussing Harrisonville Municipal Court. For those involved and have to go, what you should do, what you should expect, and how should you react. Harrisonville Municipal Court's right at the heart. It's the capital seat of Cass County, Missouri. The way to get there is a little bit unusual. You have to head down Interstate 49, the old US 71, all the way to this number 2 second Harrisonville exit. It's right at Highway 2. Take a left after it, head up what would essentially be 7 Highway or 2 Highway into the Harrisonville Square. It's going to be on the northeast side on Pearl Street, right next to the old police station. Okay, Harrisonville Municipal Court is going to be happening on a Wednesday afternoon, typically starting around 5 to 5:30 p.m. You're going to want to arrive at around 5 p.m. Set up, check in with the court clerk. So you're going to walk in their very first doors right into this police station. Go walk all the way to the back. It's going to be a long hallway. It's going to look a little strange, but walk all the way to the back. There'll be a police officer and also a court clerk standing there with a table on your right-hand side. They'll have a bunch of files there. Simply tell them your name. They'll pull out your file, put it in the stack for the judge, and then you go and wait right there. Parking can be a bit of an issue there. You're going to be expected to be parking on the street. It will be parallel parking. If you have trouble with that, I would just simply move down 1 block to the Harrisonville Square and park in a normal parking space and walk the 1 block back. But otherwise, if you can parallel park, you should be able to find a spot directly in front of the door. Now, why do you want to arrive 15-20 minutes early? Because it will save you time. In Harrisonville Municipal Court, the judge will start calling things generally in the order in which they were pulled, which means if you get ahead early, you're going to beat the crowd and you'll be in and out of there really quickly. Otherwise, it's going to take longer. If you've set your case for trial, you're going to have to be there earlier in the afternoon. They hold the trials first in Harrisonville Municipal Court, which is different than other places. So you can have trials going on at 3:30 in the afternoon. When you go to court, remember to dress accordingly. Pretend to be going to church, okay? The mistakes I see people make in what they wear is men, for example, may have very dirty jobs and they show up absolutely filthy from working out on the construction site all day. That's not going to impress anyone that you have a job and you just came from work. They're not going to be more lenient on them. If anything, it's going to slightly make things worse for you because you're not showing the court the respect that it thinks it deserves, so why should it give you a whole bunch of breaks, okay? In Harrisonville Municipal Court with Judge Anderson, that's not that big of a deal because he doesn't care that much. That's just generally a bad idea. The girls I see, they tend to dress, if they're making a mistake, either too provocative, thinking they're going on a date or something. Don't do that. Nobody's impressed. Or you're wearing too informally, like going in pajamas or sweatpants or something. Don't do that. Act as if you're going somewhere formal because you are. And act as if you're being judged because you are. Okay? Continuances at Harrisonville Municipal Court. The telephone number there is pretty easy to get, 380-8903. You can call in, and generally if you have not continued the case before, it's not unusual for the court to be able to, the court clerk over the telephone, be able to grant you a one-time continuance. Oftentimes, though, they might not. So if you call and they're not going to let you do that, no big deal. Just drive to court, ask Judge Anderson for a continuance. If you haven't had one before, he'll give you a month, okay? So it's not that big of a deal. If you're putting things off 3 months, that's a problem. So don't expect to be able to delay this inevitably. You're just going to have to get a little bit of time to get your money and act together, and then he's going to expect you to resolve the ticket, okay? The types of punishments that are handed out in Harrisonville Municipal Court are fines, jail, or some sort of a probation. They can convict you. They can make it permanently on your criminal record, permanently on your driving record, get points off of your license. So you're going to have to watch out for that. That can affect your ability to get credit. That can affect your ability to get a job. That can make charges and results later in your life more harsh because you have a record, and you can lose your license, okay? If you get future tickets, that can become more expensive. I shouldn't have to convince you to keep things off of your permanent record. That's in your best interest, if for nothing else, just wanting to save money on insurance and pay as little as possible, okay? Hire an attorney, keep it off your record. The fines in Harrisonville Municipal Court go up to $225. That's fines plus court costs combined. But keep in mind, if you have multiple charges, that's $225 per charge. So if you've got 2 charges, you could be spending up to $450. So be aware of that, plan for that. Will you need an attorney? Well, that depends upon the case, but it's the easiest thing to solve in the world. Simply call an attorney like my office or one of the Harrisonville or Raymore attorneys and ask them. If your case is so small that you don't need an attorney, frankly, they will tell you, because they don't care that much about the business. Nobody's getting rich off Harrisonville Municipal Court, so they'll be straight with you. They'll tell you the truth. If you don't need an attorney, call an attorney, get that advice. More than likely than not, you're not going to have to pay for that, and then you can handle it yourself. Fact of the matter is, most cases do get a better result and a more financially lucrative result for you having an attorney. And the reason for that is most charges in Harrisonville Municipal Court are either drug charges or traffic charges. And for drug charges, you don't want that on your record. You don't want to have trouble getting a job, getting a loan. And for traffic offenses, you don't want your insurance going up. So the $100, $200, $500 that you might pay an attorney is going to be much, much less than the rise in your insurance rates. Now, they can offer jail time in Harrisonville Municipal Court, but in this particular court, that's unusual. I wouldn't expect to be facing jail time as a practical matter unless you've done something really rather unusual. What you're really more likely to do is get probation. And probation is where the judge is going to sentence you to a jail term, but if you do certain things, then they won't throw you in jail. Those things would be things like not getting another offense, not getting arrested again for 2 years, or completing a class. Like, for example, if you're driving while intoxicated, they're going to want you to take the SATOP class or the Victims Impact Panel class. Sometimes if there's a larceny or a shoplifting or a theft, they're going to want you to take the shoplifting class. If you're young and you have an alcohol offense, they might want to have you take the ADE, the Alcohol Drug Education class. Those are not unusual, and probation is something that you should welcome. It'll be fine. Okay? Can you have a court-appointed attorney in Harrisonville Municipal Court? 99% of the time, you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney. To get a court-appointed attorney, you need to be, number 1, found indigent, completely without any money by the court, and number 2, you need to have the prosecutor recommend that they are seeking jail time. Like I said, most of the time the prosecutor's not going to stipulate that he wants to throw you in jail. Therefore, you're not going to get a free attorney. Sorry. Now, can you handle these things yourself in Harrisonville Municipal Court? Probably not. First of all, the prosecutor's not going to negotiate with you. You're not an attorney. He has ethical obligations. He cannot offer you legal advice. Anything you say to him is an admission against you. And so as a general matter, the prosecutor is not going to negotiate with defendants. The fact of the matter is, I've never seen it. I've been doing this 19 years. Also, the judge cannot offer you legal advice, nor can the court clerks. It's not unusual for people to go in there and ask the judge for advice. Gee, what should I do, judge? Ask the clerk, and I don't know why you'd do that. They're not lawyers. Their job does not allow them to give legal advice, so why waste their time? They can't do it for you. So the true method in which to do it is calling up a private attorney and get it done. Harrisonville Municipal Court is a good court. They solve a lot of problems. We should continue to want courts like this because it's reasonable and they don't have some political agenda. So if you have more questions, give me a call. Happy to help you. Give another attorney from Cass County a call. They'd be happy to help you. And that's Harrisonville Municipal Court. You have a great day.